Hi guys, I'm live. How you guys doing? I just got cheered up by an unlikely source. I watched a video on Niccolo Machiavelli, Machiavelli. Niccolo Machiavelli. He lived in the 1400s, so like what, almost 600 years ago, 500 something years ago. And I subscribed to his way of thinking. Um, it it's about human nature. It's not evil itself. It's not being evil to subscribe to his ideas. It's understanding the evil that we all have anyway. And then that lets people off the hook. It lets you let people off the hook when they're a dick to you, or whatever they do to you that's bad. You realize that you're not surprised. And that's genuinely comforting to me. I don't mean to be that sarcastically either. Moderator, nice. It was nice knowing you. And if it weren't for the moderator, I wouldn't have learned this. I wouldn't have learned this whole process. I thought he was my friend and stuff. And I've only done that like maybe twice in my life. Had a friend where I thought this guy's my friend. Moderator's like the second one in my whole life. And now I get why it didn't work. And it allows me happiness, and it allows me to not make the same mistake again, most importantly. Right. And just be happy. Machiavelli suggested, and I think he was right, that we all act out of self-interest. It's not evil. It's human nature. It's natural. It's healthy. And when the moderator couldn't make find the time to come do music with me, I took it personally, and I really shouldn't have, and I don't anymore. He just didn't have time for me, and that's just he's doing what is good for him, which is healthy. I applaud you, moderator. Yeah, I agree. In fact, if it's too far away, if you don't have the time, then let's just break it off. That's fine with me. I took it personally, like he's not being my friend kind of thing, and it doesn't work that way. People do what's in their best interest. That's the Machiavellian principle, and that's what I believe. And I'm studying it, and part of the response of my own response to that doctrine is to understand that I'm the same way, and what's good for me is what I'll do. Maybe I don't need the moderator myself. Maybe that's part of what happened too. Yeah, it was nice having OBS Studio, but I have a fucking phone. It's just as good. In fact, let me comment on that. I like the tone I got on Ice Cream Man. Maybe I'm full of crap, but I like the tone I got. Geez, the phone got a good tone there. That's kind of a rhyme. I like the tone the phone got. I mean, it just got a good tone. I'm not saying Eddie's would be approved of whatever compared to that, but I liked the tone I got on my phone for Ice Cream Man. I just kind of dug the tone I got. Why do I need all that OBS Studio nonsense? It's more work to have to connect it. I was getting tired of doing that anyway. I'm good. I'm good. And it's a lot less trouble just to stick a phone up. And if it's going to do that good of a job like it does, it's fine. Plus, it helps me keep the volume down a little, because I know I have to sing with my actual voice, which keeps the volume of the whole experience low enough that I don't feel uncomfortable with the neighbors. Sometimes with the 2i2 and all that going, I felt I had to cram I was playing so loud I could barely hear myself sing, and that's not good for neighborly interaction. It's actually better in that way, and at least in that way, and other ways too, like I'm saying, to record with just the phone, because it forces the guitar to go low enough that you can actually hear the voice over it or with it, which keeps the volume down, which makes less trouble for me with complaints and things. So I'm not in a studio. I shouldn't act like it. Plus I didn't like the way the mic was unidirectional anyway. You go away from it just like that, and the mic just stops recording you. You have to go right into it. It's not a diaphragm microphone. It's a one-way directional microphone, and I didn't like it because if I just turn my head, the vocals just drop out. I didn't like that. At least with my unnatural voice as I sing and play, you can hear everything. It's not like I turn my head to look at the guitar and suddenly you can't hear me. I didn't like that. I didn't like having to worry about all the parameters and all the levels and things. That's more of a producer's thing, and I'm not a producer by nature. I'm a musician, so I'm it's just as well, you know. He dicked with me. Maybe I don't know why exactly what he got out of that. Maybe just I don't know. I'm not him, but it all works out. I'm happy using my phone. And I learned about Machiavellianism from the moderator and I interaction, and I wouldn't have done that. I couldn't have made that step without him. You know, I get the Machiavellian principle works, and part of the Machiavellian principle is, you know, to have a life. Part of a life, at least people say, you know, Matter has a life. Well, good for him, but to have a life that's independent of any person. So nobody can tax you with it. Nobody can say, well, I gave you that, or you need me for that. And that's what I think I do with my YouTube channel. Try to top that. You know, it's hard to top. I mean, well, if you do, great. That's good. Have something like that. Have something that doesn't depend on others. I have a musical talent. I play guitar, teach guitar, sing, write songs, and play songs and sing songs. People like it, people don't, but that's what I do. And it doesn't depend on any person. In fact, it's best if it doesn't. If I think that depends on the moderator, then I owe him something. At every turn, I have to say, well, is that okay, moderator? And I never really liked having to do that. If it's just me and a phone and a guitar and my voice and whatever, it's something that is mine. And that way, I don't owe anyone, and I have something even if everyone leaves me. You get that principle too? If the whole world leaves me, I still have my phone, my microphone, my phone, my voice, my guitar, my art, you know. It doesn't depend on anybody, but yet other people can enjoy it and you can invite people in. But if they don't respond, or if they respond and then stop, it's not all consuming to you because you still have the art itself. And I have that. And I don't know if the moderator has that, but I hope you do, moderator. But if you don't, I'm sorry. The people that work at jobs, people say that Matter has a life unlike me. Well, what does a life mean if it's just ties to the economy where you owe something to somebody to get where you have to do things too? The moderator isn't free like I am. He has to wear a suit and go to a meeting and with a bunch of assholes that want to tell him how to make money and who makes the money, and he has to deal with that shit. I don't have to. And call that a life? Prove it. It's a lot of, you know, and having family doesn't solve the problem either, because family members will also turn on you if you don't give them what they want or need out of the relationship. So Matter got family up the yin yang. He's got like 50 sisters and 100 brothers and family all over the world. And he's got a job with a company that makes him official job where he has to wear a suit. Good for him. I hope he enjoys it. But I don't have to do any of that. I'm Shirtless Guy. I walk around with my shirt open or off, and I make videos with a phone and a guitar that no one can take away from me or tell me this or that about. You call that not a life? Explain, please. I like it. It gives me something that doesn't depend on other people. If I have a job where I'm a tech company person, I owe my superiors something and hope they give it to me back. Well, that's still intertangled with them. I don't have to do that, and it's better that I don't for me because of what the principles I'm explaining. Having something that doesn't depend on others is actually having a life. Haters. Whatever. And I have the hair. I'm sorry, I just do. Matter doesn't. He has to wear that stupid wig. Whatever. I mean, hate me for that or love him for that. I don't know. Whatever. But I'm not going to go on about that because you know, I said that, that's enough. But I'm happy with what I'm learning about from Machiavelli, not Velia, Machiavelli. When you learn about human nature, you learn what to expect and what not to, which keeps you from getting blindsided or hurt or you know, and it really is a good thing. So I love you guys. Peace, love, and rock and roll.